Welcome back. Welcome back to a lot of news. Call of Duty related. In the last video, I said I don't need COD anymore, and I don't, but I still like the franchise. And I want to cover it when I want to cover it. And with the multiplayer reveal, the zombies reveal, and a lot of people went out to play it early and gave us a lot of info. Shout out to Keshav. I'm using your info from Charlie Intel because I thought you covered a lot of the stuff that I felt was important. And so we're going to get into that. First, a little reaction to the multiplayer and the zombie stuff because I actually haven't watched it. Not a single second. And that shows that my general interest in the game is not that high right now. And I have an expectation. I'm not going to say it ahead of time, but let's get into it first, okay? Black Ops 7 multiplayer gameplay reveal trailer. That is a long ass title. I'm going to say if there is copyright music in this, I'm going to try to turn it down a lot. And hopefully it doesn't get flagged. I don't want to get in trouble. But if it is still getting hit, then I'll probably have to mute. So at least portions. Hopefully not the whole thing. Actual in-game footage.
They know we're here. Go out.
Okay, hold up. First thing I noticed right there, there'll be a lot of pausing on this. The tack stance. I wonder if it forces tack stance while sliding again. Like if you can't ADS while doing the Omni movement. Little wall jump. Ooh, fake though. Hostage system back. Hey, I said that Call of Duty does a lot wrong, but I do try to give them props when they do things right as well. I don't want to be a kiss ass, but I also don't want to be just a nonstop hater. I think that's just lame. I think the hostage system is a new franchise feature. Every game from now on. Why not? It's funny when you can talk to them. It does serve a purpose, how you can be a body shield. You can protect or save your friends sometimes if you shoot them behind them. I like it. Overall, I like it. That's just an assassination. That's fine. Oh, wow. A lot of guns. Peacekeeper. Shows a lot of the attachments here it has on as well. Underbarrel. Noob tube. Ooh, that sounded like suppressed as well. I have no idea what that utility is, but it looked like a little miniature minigun. I want to say I do like the layout of this map. It looks kind of nice. And the fact that there's no doors in the game anymore. I think they fully removed them. For those of you that really hate the doors, they're gone. I'm pretty sure there's no more manual doors. There's a few automatic, I think they mentioned. But, you know, that's okay, I think. Whatever. Hellstorm missile. Okay. My biggest problem with a lot of this stuff is, man, the kill streaks have sucked for a few years now in Call of Duty. They've been bad. It feels like they're punishing people for doing well. The kill streaks have been less and less impactful and just not as good. And I've talked about that before. So I'm really hoping that they start actually making them feel good again. In a few games, there's an exception. Like in Modern Warfare 3, the Recon Juggernaut, really strong streak for a 7 kill. But typically, UAV feels like it's the best streak in the game, and it's a 4 streak in every game right now. So everything else seems pretty useless a lot of the time. There's an automatic door. Ooh, shoddy with Dragon Breath? Damn. Robot Dog.
Good work.
Not a fan of Robot Dog, but might be good. Ooh, Collateral. Okay. Cluster grenade, overclocks, tighter packing, +1 mini grenade, huh? Hey, chopper gunner, or something similar. Oh my god, this reminds me of Ardennes Forest, whatever, from Modern Warfare, or what was World War II? World War II, it fucking sucked. Millimeter scanner back, by the way. Holy shit. I'm sure there will be a perk that counters this, but I'm kind of surprised. Hey, saved him. Nice. Ooh, damn, a mech. Overclock gear. The dog overclocks Sentry mode, integrated trophy system, and supply pack. Damn. Has a trophy built in. Share the build. By far, one of the best things they did this year, props to Call of Duty for this. Delta Force already did it, so you might have copied them, but I hope, even if you did, I don't care if games copy games as long as you copy good features. I don't. Some people like to say, oh, they copied this from so-and-so, and other games did this too, I'm sure. The fact that I can share a build code with you guys, if I have a gun build that I'm using, and instead of having to like show a picture, this attachment, this attachment, this attachment, it just, here's the code, copy, paste, it puts all the stuff on for you. Thank you. That would have been a lifesaver with that fucking tuning in the game series years ago. Why that was a problem and why we had to wait this long, I don't know. Delta Force does the same thing. Love it in Delta Force. Really nice. I have a whole channel dedicated to it in my Discord. Like just tons of different builds, and it includes the tuning in Delta Force, which is like what they did in COD as well. But I don't think there's that in this game. I think it's just attachments. And you saw that too, by the way. I'm sorry, I didn't go back. Like right here, this is like the new weapon code system. So if you like this build, boom, put that code in, puts it on. Ooh, rooftop. That looks clear. Damn, is this the new like bigger, like, oh, that's Raid. I look at one of the new big maps, the rooftop one. Wait, an EMP can stop a kill streak? Are you fucking with me? Okay. Just saying, there's no way that this kill streak can be expensive, right? There's no way that my kill streak that I spent a lot of time trying to earn and get can be stopped by one fucking EMP grenade.
Stay on task.
And a shotgun shot. I hope to God that's like a 3 streak. Shotguns look pretty good, which is cool. For me. And a Mini 14. M14.
On the future, never on right now. Pre-order now and get early access to the open.
Yeah, I'm not pre-ordering. I'm not recommend you pre-order either unless you want to. Up to you. They have an open beta. I'll play the open beta. If I get a code for the early access, I'll play that. But I don't pre-order Call of Duty anymore. Not for years at this point. So they usually will give me a copy of the game. And to be fair, they're at this point, they got to hope that I play. Because I'm sure I'll give it some content, but Delta Force has been a lot of fun. And like I said, Arc Raiders, I don't know if I mentioned it, but Arc Raiders is my big next fun game. And they have an open beta for that if you guys want to try that on October 17th. No pre-order necessary. You get to try it for free. All right, multiplayer reveal. Overall, I mean, it is meant to hype the game up. I like a lot of the weapons, and there's a lot more info coming after this. So I guess we'll save that. Let's go to the zombies reveal. All right, the zombies reveal. Now, I do play zombies. I'm not a zombies purist. I do play it, especially with the camos involved, which, by the way, they have a camo this year, not only in zombies, I'm pretty sure, but also in campaign. There's a campaign camo, zombies camo, and multiplayer, which is ridiculous. But hey, if it looks cool, might have to do it, you know? It's usually not too bad. 40, 50 hours max. Let's see what we got in zombies this year.
I know. Y'all are confused. So was I.
Ooh, the ether.
But as they say,
There you go.
This too shall pass.
I like the vibe of this map. I want to say one of the things that people really didn't like about Liberty Falls and a few other zombies maps in Black Ops 6 is that the vibe was not horror themed enough, you know? It wasn't scary. It didn't fit the vibe of zombies. And I agree. I still liked it, but I agree. This feels zombies, you know? I've seen this trailer. That was good. That was cool.
Let the carnage begin. Old Tessie and Ted.
Yo, that's sick.
Again.
That's a sick car. I can't show music right now, guys. I apologize. That is copyright stuff here and there. You're going to hear me muting some of that when I can and can't play it. Highway to Hell is a great song for this. Unfortunately, not good for YouTube. Oh. I like that for movement. What is that thing? Oh, that's crazy. Yo, that's sick. The car can shoot the beams out of it. That's badass.
Well, that escalated quickly.
That looks pretty cool. And you can play the zombies in the beta. That's awesome too. It might be the first time you could ever play zombies in the beta. That was cool. I like the zombies. I like the vibe of the map. That was the first thing I noticed. It's like that dark, gloomy, like zombies vibe from back in World at War and stuff. You know, that fits a lot better than, I mean, the run over town makes sense. Honestly, if they just would have made Liberty Falls more of like a dusk or nighttime map, you probably would have been okay. But the fact that it was like midday didn't really help you. It didn't. All right, well, Zombies trailer, I like that. There's also some news I saw recently. I'm not going to cover it too much, but I will mention it. They have a classic Zombies mode they're doing. So if you didn't want like what we experienced last year in Zombies and you want more of the OG vibe where, you know, you have 3 perks or 4 perks, whatever, and if you get hit like 4 times, you go down, like old school Zombies, you know, then you can play that. They have a new mode for that. I'm not sure I'd do it. Again, I kind of only play Zombies for 2 reasons. One, I think the camo is really nice continually. It looks very clear and clean. Second, Zombies is the best XP. I think it's stupid because for years, myself and other content creators have complained to them saying, hey, look, all these modes should be equal XP, roughly. I shouldn't have to go play Zombies or go play Plunder or go play Warzone to get the best XP an hour when I want to play Team Deathmatch, or I want to play Kill Confirmed, or I want to play Search and Destroy, or I want to play whatever. So I'm hoping that the XP this year is better. I think they royally fucked the XP last year in Black Ops 6. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I felt like I had to play Zombies. I did most of my levels in Zombies. On top of that, the Search XP was bugged for like 5 months. It was fucked forever. And even once they unbugged it, they had to buff the Search XP 2 times, and it was still slow as shit. Like, if I'm telling you it's slow, and I have like a 3 to 4 KD in Search, what is the average person getting? Like, you gotta make it better. Now, let's go over some very specific content that I think is important for not only you guys, but stuff that I thought when I first watched this. Well, I guess I just first watched it now, but when I first heard of the trailer, I instantly think of all the negatives that we experienced in Black Ops 6. That was my problem. I'm like, hey, this was my complaint. This was my, oh, how are they going to address it? So right away, when they announced the beta, I saw people talking about the game modes they'd have, and I said, hey, no Search and Destroy again in the beta. They're very rarely Search in the beta, and I have asked them in person why. They say because when people play the beta, they want to have as much time alive and moving around the map and experiencing the game and the gunplay. I agree. But, like I also said in this tweet, it doesn't work well. Search is one of the most complicated game modes, I guess, when it comes to the development cycle. It is fucked up almost every year in some way. And just a few examples, I said the XP was bugged for 4 months, Dead Silence didn't work for half the game, or Recon could be abused by class swapping mid-round. But I'm sure it'll be perfect in BO7. I mean, dude, there was a lot of problems in Search. It wasn't just that shit. The voice chat didn't work in between rounds for like the first month as well. There was a ton of issues. And to not have Search in the beta, which is what it's supposed to be to test modes and hopefully have them fully fledged out for launch, I'm fucking pissed. Not only because it's the mode I like, but because it's always problematic. And Matt Scrons, who's one of the lead devs, like, what is it, design director, Treyarch, said, confirm that we do see requests for Search and Destroy in the Black Ops 7 beta. That's all I'll say for now. You know what I would say, they probably don't have it totally dialed in yet exactly for maybe the first week. They do a second week of the beta. I said, thank you. Popular mode has so many issues in BO6. I like to be solved on release, which is what the problem is. I mean, every year, like I said, it's very rare to see Search come out working perfectly. It just is. And that's frustrating, not only for me, but for a lot of people who enjoy it, especially the competitive guys. It's a very big mode in competition, right? Let's make sure it works. Make sure it works. Now, moving past that, Keshev with Charlie Intel put a lot of tweets out because he went to play it early. And I'm going to go through a lot of this stuff because I feel like it's kind of important. Black Ops 7 Season 1 content offering will be the biggest season of content ever, Treyarch tells us. With post-launch having a ton of content, so I think it's making damn certain no one can do any kind of math and think we did not absolutely bring it. I want to say I'm happy to see content being focused on in the game, for sure. I also want to say there's no reason we should have Black Ops 6 in the state that it was in for so long and currently with the lack of content just so you could work on Black Ops 7, which even though you're saying this is a good thing for me, I feel like what you did was fuck me over for a year to then work on this. As a player, that's where I feel. I'm not going to say everyone feels that way, but as a player, from what we saw this year with content, it felt like it was like there's nothing. Like we got nothing. Very rarely we get shit. There's no weekly updates. There was a lack of weapons. The weapons were all the fucking same. It did not feel good at all. So just going to throw that out there. I'm happy to see they're bringing a lot of content. I'm upset that it feels like it was at the cost of us for the whole year of BO6 that this was happening. Going into the next one though, breaking. Treyarch confirmed to us in an exclusive interview they have canceled some big brand collab skins for Black Ops 7 after community feedback. There are opportunities we have had lined up after some conversations we straight up turned down. This is definitely in response to, well, two things. One, I think Battlefield 6's overall success within the FPS genre right now, people are really looking forward to that. And them saying, hey, we're not going to do ridiculous goofy skins. We're trying to stay within the realm of the war genre, which I think is good. I personally do not mind goofy skins in COD up to an extent. I don't mind cool, shiny, flashy things. I do kind of not like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or, the crazy cell shaded skins. They just don't match the game art style. It looks jarring when you're like playing and looking at it. So I'm happy that they're maybe trying to tone that down. We will see where it goes because they've also mentioned, I'm not sure if I have it in here, but they said there will still be skins that push the line. So Treyarch says they do worry about players being fatigued by 2 Black Ops games back to back. It's making sure that a 2035 game and all the cool stuff that we're adding, deep progression systems and all those things are absolutely going to bring it from a content perspective in our live sessions. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Call of Duty only has two popular franchises right now. And you all know it just like I do. Black Ops and Modern Warfare. That's all they got. And it might be why they're doing this now, where they're doing 2 games back to back and they're both in the popular franchise. They've tried to do a third. They tried for years. It did not work. It didn't work. It was not succeeding. It was not selling. And so they ended up just saying, hey, we'll go with 2. And what we've seen so far, at least from what I've seen so far, the first game that we get in that back-to-back game experience is the first game fucking sucks. Modern Warfare 2 was not good. Had one of the worst perk systems ever designed in the franchise, right? And they did a lot to make MW3 better. MW3 was way better, way more fun, did so much right. Like the weekly updates was a huge benefit. Aftermarket parts were great. Having a wide, diverse amount and types of weapons, amazingly well done, in my opinion, in BO3. I mean, in Modern Warfare 3. I'm stuttering. I'm going crazy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk too quickly. Think that was really well done. But you had to suffer for a whole year again in Modern Warfare 2022. And like now, you had to suffer for a whole year again in Black Ops 6 to hopefully have a good game in Black Ops 7. That's not going to fucking fly, man. Not going to fly. All right? We want good game and even better game. We don't want shit game and then good game. That's not what we're doing. Otherwise, we're just all going to start skipping the first year. Just don't buy it. All right. This is big. This is big. Weekly challenges in Black Ops 7 Season 1. Every week has 6 challenges for multiplayer, zombies, Warzone, endgame. Not sure what endgame is. You have to complete a total of 6 across all modes for each week. Season 1 has 9 weeks with 2 new weapons, new streaks, attachments, blueprints, and 2 universal camos. Thank you. Every game, I want to say every game, every COD game needs this now. Every game. You want new things every week that keep people involved, even if it's just an attachment or an aftermarket part that changes a gun in a different way and makes it more fun, more usable, or what, something that will keep people playing. Anything that's new. If the game is fun, if the game sucks, it doesn't matter. I'm still not going to play much. But if the game is fun overall, if there's something new in it, it'll keep me around for like a day or two or another 2 or 3 days maybe. If it's really fun, I could do it for a whole week. But the point is, it keeps people involved. It helps the COD developers and Activision, I'm sure, happy with their player retention. But it actually is just an overall positive for us as players. It's good. So I would love to see more universal camos that were cool, new weapons, new aftermarket parts, new attachments, all that shit. Please make that a staple in every COD game going forward. All of them. Charlie said, Treyarch acknowledges not having weekly challenges in Black Ops 6 was a miss. It just wasn't something that we had on our radars, and by the time we realized that it wasn't, shoehorning it in didn't necessarily make sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to blame them for not realizing that it was a mistake. Obviously, mistakes happen. I'm glad they at least changed it for the next game, but I want that to be a staple in every game from now on. Seriously. I don't think there's any, from a player perspective, any downside. From a development perspective, yeah, okay, it takes dev time for sure. But from a player perspective, it is a net positive overall, all the way. In regards to all the questions about skill-based matchmaking, this is a big one for you guys. And disbanding lobbies. Treyarch told us they see the comments on it, but it's not under their control to change or adjust those. We are just the developers. This is a cop-out. First off, I will say they probably don't have the power to change it without Activision's permission, but it definitely is on their side to change. It's not like they could change the number. They've said before that they have tried other modes with varying degrees of skill-based matchmaking in them. So, it's definitely on you. Don't push the blame onto somebody else. Just say you don't have the final say in it. All right? We're just following orders. Come on. Don't give me that bullshit. Don't give me that. So, but hey, we know this. I mean, I say we. Anyone with a brain knows that this is not changing. It's not. As much as we would like it to, it's not going away. For the main reason that it makes them money. The bottom line is, hey, we want to keep people on the game as much as possible, buying skins, buying whatever they can. We want them to spend time on the game. If we are getting them slammed by good players and randomized matchmaking is not working, we're going to put them in lower brackets so they feel like they have more of a chance and they participation trophy them to stay on. It is what it is. It's not going away, unfortunately. So it's why I don't even try to address it whenever I do get to talk to the devs, I don't even bring it up. There's no point. I know the answer. You should know the answer too. It makes the most sense. It's a company. They're trying to make money, and in the end, it's about money. People stay on longer. They play longer. They don't. It's not so many one-sided battles, I guess, is what they've mentioned before. Despite the fact that I would like to be able to stomp on people, sure, and I get stomped too sometimes. Randomized matchmaking, it happens. Instead, I'm in the sweat bracket and trying to use fun guns in the sweat bracket doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work. Treyarch says there could still be some cosmetics that probably push the boundary of the Black Ops identity in Black Ops 7, but with more consideration compared to BO6. Our intention is to stick to stuff that we can, hand on our heart, say, yeah, that feels Black Ops. I don't know about that one. I thought it was important to include because the cosmetic argument and debate has been very heavy with Call of Duty lately, but I'm not fully dedicated or fully believing that. You know, they said that there won't be anything like Beavis and Butthead anymore, but I don't know. It just, again, the point's to make money. If they can do a crossover that they think will get a lot of attention and sell a lot of skins, they're gonna do it. That is just, the answer is not like maybe, it's fucking yes. We want money. So I just thought it was important to include. That's all. We had the chance to play Black Ops 7 beta early last week at Treyarch. This was something that I wanted to point out. They said the maps were very colorful comparatively, better 3-lane design and more areas to use Omni movement. UI greatly improved, especially for loadouts. Modes. Overload is the new boots on the ground version of Uplink. Happy to see Uplink back. I think that was a fun mode to watch and play. I think it was maybe more fun with the Omni movement that we had in AW. Probably the best part of AW, to be honest, was Uplink being a game mode. But I was happy to see more colorful maps overall. That was something I thought Black Ops 3 did very well. If you go back and look at maps like Splash or Micro, or I mean, there's a lot of maps in that game that just very vibrant, colorful. I miss that in COD. Personally, it's kind of boring when COD does a lot of grays or tans. It's just like, I get the whole war mode and you're in a desert, or, you know, it's just boring to look at. And all the maps end up looking like that. So I would be very happy if they put more. And I don't know what they chose this picture. I'm sure they didn't have anything else. This is like a lack of color. I have to point out, this is legitimately gray and some yellow. Like, not colorful at all. So I'm hoping that this picture is not very indicative of what they're saying here. It's just that they put it in there. This is not colorful. I'm hoping for more stuff that we saw back in Black Ops 3 as far as color goes on the map. Lastly, this was a big one because I'm a little scared of it. Black Ops 7 features the weapon prestige system, 2 prestiges plus 250 level grind to reach weapon prestige master. This is for each individual weapon, I'm pretty sure. Treyarch confirmed to us that some camos you'll earn in weapon prestige are inspired by fan favorite Black Ops 2 camos. Okay, you know, Aftermath, for example, great camo from BO2, but I think it's Afterlife, the blue one? Yeah, I think Afterlife. Anyways, Aftermath was maybe the map. I'm scared of this because they have certain attachments locked behind weapon prestiging, and if that delays making a weapon more usable, it's just going to feel like Vanguard all over again. Oh, I need to level my rifle to level 68 to make it fucking good, you know? Or even right now, some weapons are only usable when you get rapid fire unlocked, and that is like the last level of the weapon. Now, weapon leveling in this game in BO6 is a lot better speed-wise, but than it was in Vanguard. BO7 though, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to feel or what the level prestige, how the levels are going to go. Is it relatively quick? Is it very slow? That's going to be a problem. If attachments are basically make or breaking certain weapons and builds, and you need to have weapon prestige 2, which would be ridiculous. Hopefully I don't have something like that, but that's going to be a lot of grinding for just one gun. And you got to rinse and repeat for every weapon. So I'm very hesitant on I like the idea about weapon prestiging, specifically for camos and aesthetics, but as far as functionality of the weapon goes, attachments, making it usable or putting it into the meta, it could be a very big problem. Lastly, I want to wrap this up with 2 more videos from Call of Duty. This is Black Ops 7, how Japan inspired multiplayer maps. I wonder if it inspired all of them? I know there's some Japanese multiplayer maps themselves like this, but I wonder if it inspired all of them. This kind of goes along with the color I'm hoping to see.
We're excited to be bringing 18 multiplayer maps to Black Ops 7 at launch.
With many of
Okay, 18 maps sounds like a lot. I want to make sure that I clarify because they don't. That's not all 6v6 maps, right? There's multiple modes in the game. 6v6 maps, I think we have like 12 or 13 or something. So maybe they'll mention it.
those maps inspired by Japan. Today we want to share the first details about a few of them.
For the first time in franchise history, Black Ops takes players deep into Japan. Not just
Is this Castle, by the way? It looks like Castle, which was a great map and does have some color on it. I like it.
as a backdrop, but is a major region woven across the entire experience.
Well, that's a light rail from, I've seen these. That's cool.
Set in 2035, this near-future vision of Japan gave us the perfect canvas to tell our story.
The region's blend of tradition and innovation mirrors the themes at the heart of Black Ops 7.
Legacy, disruption, and the fight for control in a world shaped by technology. From the neon-lit skyline to the quiet hills above Tokyo, Japan...
No, I want to go back. I want to see that a little bit more clearly. I don't think it is. I don't think it is castle. It looks, I mean, obviously the vibe, but yeah, I don't think it is because it doesn't have the courtyard I'm looking for, the lanes I'd be looking for. But
above Tokyo,
hopefully it's
Japan
cool.
offered the right tone, scale, and contrast to ground our narrative and gameplay.
For fans in Japan, it's a chance to see their world reimagined through the lens of Black Ops. For players everywhere else, it's an invitation to explore one of the most visually and culturally rich settings we've ever built.
Every detail was considered. Every space was designed to honor the setting while delivering the gameplay Black Ops is known for.
This was really exciting because we wanted to transport players into the player fantasy of being at the heart of Tokyo.
For me, as an objective player, I really love this map because it's got really well-defined lanes and then some really fun set pieces.
One of my favorite things in the map is the Cat Cafe. Karaoke bar, which is a lot of fun. Those is call-outs where it's like, I got him in the Cat Cafe. That's gonna be fun to say no matter what.
Each of the landmarking across it is really unique.
Karaoke bar.
Town district
It better have a sick,
into the main center urban
great
district
music in there. All right, better have a sick song playing.
Atmosphere, and then the carnage that spills from that as well.
Den.
From the outside,
okay, there you
you'll
go.
see this Japanese castle, and then once you make your way inside, the Guild have taken it over and instilled this 2035 tech.
I really love the throne room. It's in the center of this castle, and it's got this amazing blend of technology.
My favorite thing in this map are the wall jump opportunities on the outside lanes. You're going over the rooftop while other players are on the inside experiencing a completely different close quarters dynamic.
Okay. I wonder if the wall jump makes noise.
We are so excited for players to experience our new multiplayer maps
during our upcoming beta starting next week.
Stay tuned to the official Call of Duty channels for more intel, and we'll see you in the lobby.
So I'm curious if the Omni movement, if the wall jump's gonna make noise. Will they know that I'm above them? Will they hear that? Because back in BO3, right, you needed dead silence and a perk to make it so you could stop like your air boosting or air bursting. They wouldn't hear it, be quiet. Yeah, I'm curious on if the just dead silence is going to apply. Also, if there will be awareness or amplify again. That really fucked up BO6. There's still a bug with it now. I know you guys have complained about it. I've seen a lot of comments. And yeah, I mean, don't hold your breath. They're probably not going to fix it. So, unfortunately. One last video, though. The Black Ops 7 Zombies gameplay intel drop. This is the intel for the zombies that you guys probably are looking for. The classic mode they're going to mention, I'm sure. And some of the other stuff, so.
Without a doubt, this is one of the most ambitious zombies maps we've ever made.
We're doing a ton of dope and we're just getting started.
Behind the gameplay.
Ashes of the Damned is huge.
It is the darkest and creepiest map we've made, and it's just
hey, I'm happy about that. Again, that was a huge complaint. Is that there was not a zombies vibe.
Terrifying and surreal, and it's a nightmare.
In
when you first come in,
so.
you are in a crashed Janus Towers that has fallen into the dark ether.
You come out of the rubble and you see this vast landscape with all of these unique locations connected by roads that are really deadly. And zombies are spawning much higher rates, and you need Old Tessie to get from destination to destination.
I love the car.
We're introducing Tessie, the new 5th member of your squad.
You find this broken down, incredible looking vehicle. You really want to drive it, but it's not working.
You'll have to go in and find Ted, the first upgrade to the vehicle.
Once you get Ted and Ted is installed in the truck, he brings Tessie to life.
Old Tessie and Ted together again.
And once you get to Ashwood, we need the Pack-a-Punch to get stronger to survive. So you take the jet engine and install it in the back of Tessie. And so now you have a mobile Pack-a-Punch machine, but you also have a boost functionality.
The third upgrade is the Abomination Carcass. When this is added to the vehicle, its durability against zombies is increased. And the coolest thing that the Abomination heads can do is the laser attack.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty gross. And then the final upgrade is adding that DG2 turret to the roof.
This is the first Wonder vehicle that we have where every member of the squad can participate. There's a driver, there's a turret seat, and then for the 2 other players, there are things in the world that you want to be protecting the vehicle from.
Like this disgusting bear.
We have our new elite enemy, the Zursa. This thing is this giant zombie undead bear. We had to have something that is equal to the vehicle to feel intense, to fight, and scary. It also is covered in beehives that shoot bees at you.
We call them zombies.
We are also introducing our new enemy type.
Oh, what is that annoying little thing?
A twisted humanoid being.
It really has a dual role, either attacking you or sometimes it'll prioritize stealing your stuff.
It jumps on your car, it rips it apart.
We wanted to make this thing have that danger to it, that shrieky element to the vocalizations and to the whole sound design that, yes, this thing is small, but this thing will mess you up.
Yeah, those things seem annoying.
Wisp Tea is a brand new perk coming to Black Ops 7.
Oh,
It's a
Wisp
Wisp that
Tea.
will attack the closest zombie to you.
And depending on how you augment it, can revive you, it can
Oh,
heal
so
you,
augments are
it
back,
can do
huh?
additional damage and shoot other zombies. Fireworks is the ammo mod that we're going to be bringing.
Huh.
When you shoot a zombie, it spawns a bunch of fireworks and they spiral out.
Okay,
and
they're gonna
take
talk about
out
classic
other
mode though.
zombies in the area.
There's no way they don't do that.
We want to make sure that BO7 is an interesting and a dynamic experience for both new and unfamiliar players and seasoned hardcore players.
We have survival maps for casual players. We have directed mode for our beginner players. We have curse mode for the hardcore players.
There it is. That's, I think, curse mode.
First mode is really about focusing on our most engaged players and giving them additional challenges. The idea is that once you finish a main quest on a map, we unlock these things that we call relics. And so you're choosing how you want to make the mode harder, but by making the mode harder, you're also going to be opening up a lot of new content. We're actually going to increase your power levels. There's also some Easter eggs that are only going to be discoverable when you're engaged in cursed mode. We're not holding back this year. I don't think players are going to be ready
Well, maybe
for
not
what
cursed
they're about
mode.
to experience.
Maybe I'm not thinking of cursed mode.
It's the most atmospheric and dark map we've had.
The vibe of Ashes of the Damned is absolutely insane, and we're just getting started.
Well, I didn't talk about it, I don't think. Curse mode just sounds like a hard mode. It's kind of like when you turn on the rapid zombie thing currently in Black Ops 6. But there is a classic mode too. It must be just something totally different. I'm sure there will be a bunch of Easter egg hunters going for all that stuff. I typically do not do that myself. I'm mostly concerned with the multiplayer side. But I felt like it was important to include this because if you're watching for Black Ops 7 and you like zombies, hey, you know, it's part of it, right? It's all there. I think that wraps up the overall review. There's a lot of things that, like I said, I liked, but there were also quite a few things that I'm still concerned about. And we won't really know until the beta, for most of us, right? Like I didn't play early, how the game is actually going to feel. How is it going to play? Is it going to be really fast still? Is it going to be toned down? They did get rid of the tactical sprint, although you can still use a perk to have. I don't know. I don't get that. I'm really curious what the perk list is going to look like. Yeah. Dead silence being active all the time, very important for search and destroy. Not having a perk like amplify awareness or, you know, anything to just constantly hear where I'm moving. Again, pretty helpful as well. If all people do is sit still and listen, search isn't very fun. And that's the only mode I really have interest in. So for a lot of you guys that play Respawn religiously, I understand that might not matter to you. It does to me. It just is. So if I can't play search, I really don't have any interest in the franchise. And that's been the way it is forever for me. We'll see though. And I hope that search is in the beta. Matt says they're looking into it. Hopefully they can make it fit and they can get it to work. I'm desperate. I will try to report all the bugs I can. I want the game to be good. I want it to be fun. I want to have fun on it with my friends. And if I can't, I got Arc Raiders, I got Delta Force, I got other things. But still, gonna hope for the best. Got the beta coming up very soon. And I'll see you guys on it as well. I also, before I leave here, big rumor, is that Battlefield has their Battle Royale dropping on October 30th. Like a week from now? 5 days from now? I don't know. That's not 100% sure. I feel like they would have announced something, but I don't know. There was a rumor flying around about that. I'll give that a shot too, I'm sure. Battlefield 6 is not off my radar. I just don't have a big interest in large-scale war modes. So it'll just be based on their smaller modes and maybe their Battle Royale I'll try out. But hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time.